Hey everyone, Jim with Evolution Powersports here today to talk about Syvecs plug-and-play ECUs. We talked about it a little bit in a previous video that we did for the Polaris Pro R, but today we're ready to talk about all the features, the integration, and some more details that I'm sure people are looking for when deciding whether or not to put a standalone in their vehicle. For those who are new to standalone, if you're thinking about buying a standalone, there's a number of challenges that are common in the industry that Syvecs sought to improve upon. And one of the biggest challenges is wiring. So whenever somebody's considering putting a standalone in their car, there's always this, how much extra wiring do I have to do? And we've done a lot of standalones over the years, and the two big issues are, one is the patch harness that normally goes between the pins that are on the standalone and the OEM wiring harness. And two is any extra wiring that's required above and beyond the basic install. And so what Syvecs has done is, rather than go that traditional route where you either have a patch harness or some kind of a patch box, they actually made the ECU to where it's pin-to-pin correct for the OEM wiring harness, okay? And again, like I said earlier, when people look at the price tag of what an standalone ECU costs, they don't count the fact that they got to buy a patch harness, or if they're not buying a patch harness, the time and effort it's going to take to wire the ECU into the car, which can be between $2,000 and $5,000 depending upon the installation. The second thing is, a lot of people don't realize that with many standalones, there's a firmware cost that has to be paid as well. And the way we and Syvecs wanted to introduce this plug-and-play ECU to the market is, it's a turnkey price. Here's the price, you stick it in the car, it's ready to run. Another thing that people don't realize is when you're doing a standalone integration and it comes with a patch harness or some kind of patch control box, typically that is not done to the same standard that an OEM wiring harness would be built to. And so, in our experience, we've had to chase down electrical gremlins that were the result of either pins that were improperly crimped, or a wrong pin out, or something that wasn't right with one of those harnesses. And so by having the Syvecs plug directly into the OEM wiring harness, again, it's a whole nother class of problems that we eliminate with this integration. For those of you in the industry that aren't familiar with Syvecs, we actually worked with Syvecs back in 2017. They were the first company to do a Can-Am X3 plug-and-play standalone integration, okay? And that was on our original Hustler car that we raced in the Sand Outlaw series, many years ago. So they're no stranger to power sports. Syvecs builds plug-and-play installations for Lamborghinis, Porsche, Audi, and Mercedes. So they're a very well-known brand in the automotive world, and again, are not new to power sports, but may not be the brand may not be as recognized as some of the other brands that are currently in the power sports space. But Syvecs is a top-tier ECU. They have all the features that you would come to expect, that are capable. It's capable of doing just about anything, but all the features that customers would expect, like anti-lag, launch control, traction control. There's so many things, and we'll have all of the potential features that can be implemented on our website, but the list is so long that we're not going to go into it in this video. The cool thing, one of the other cool things about the Syvecs is how clean the installation is. And like on the Polaris, it goes in the exact same spot that the OEM ECU is. It gets buried behind a panel, but the install is totally clean. On the X3, it comes with a new cover panel. Because the ECU is physically a little bit larger than the OEM ECU, they have a cover panel for it, so it's a complete sleeper setup. Like nobody, on the Polaris, nobody would be able to tell you have it, and on the Can-Am, they'd have to look behind the seat and behind the really nice cover that Syvecs provides that looks OEM to even see that you did anything. For the Polaris, like we discussed before, we have power packages up to about 800 horsepower now. Every couple of weeks it goes by, we keep getting that power farther and farther up. But right now, we have packages up to about 750, 800 horsepower. And with launch control, everything integrated, tested, verified, ready to go. So if you're looking to build a really high horsepower Pro R, come talk to us and we'll get you hooked up. The Syvecs works on all model year Polaris Pro Rs. And then when we come to the X3, this is for the MG1 X3, 21 through 23 model year right now, with the 24 and the 135 base models coming soon. We have power packages up to 600 horsepower for the X3 on the Syvecs. So anywhere in between. I mean, we can do it. We don't have to do really high horsepower packages, but if you're looking for a standalone and you want to have that controllability, we can do power packages at any power level that you're looking for. In addition to the power packages that we just discussed, we are selling the Syvecs standalone for both the Pro R and the X3 on our website. You can buy it with or without support. So in other words, if you buy it from us, it will have, without support, it will have a startup file in it, and then you can take it from there, tune it the way you want. Or we can also remote tune the ECU or support you for an additional charge in any way that you need to. So you can call our sales staff at 715-247-3862 or visit us at evopowersports.com.